Sonnet 1 by Sir Philip Sidney, 1554 to 1586. Loving in truth and fain in verse my love to show, that she, dear she, might take some pleasure of my pain. Pleasure might cause her read, read might make her know, knowledge might pity win, and pity grace obtain. I sought fit words to paint the blackest face of woe, studying inventions fine, her wits to entertain, oft turning others' leaves to see if thence would flow some fresh and fruitful showers upon my sunburned brain. But words came halting forth, wanting invention's stay. Invention, nature's child, fled stepdame study's blows, and others' feet still seemed but strangers in my way. Thus, great with child to speak, and helpless in my throes, biting my truant pen, beating myself for spite, fool, said my muse to me, look in thy heart and write. Okay. Let's see, this is by Sir Philip Sidney. He was a poet, a courtier, and soldier of the Elizabethan age. Let's see, I think he was born in Kent, and he went to Shrewsbury School. I think at the age of 18 he became the Member of Parliament for Shrewsbury. He was part of Queen Elizabeth I's court, and his death was rather unfortunate. He was killed as a result of a battle in Zutphen in the Netherlands against the Spanish. I think he died of gangrene. I think the story goes that he saw one of his men did not have armor on on his legs, and he didn't want to be better than his men, so he took off the armor that was protecting his legs, and then he was later shot in the leg and died of gangrene. Okay, so what's this about? Okay, this is the first in a long sequence of sonnets about Astrophil and Stella. And Astrophil is hopefully in love with Stella. And this is the beginning of this series. And the poem talks about wanting to write a sonnet so that his loved one will read the sonnets, and then maybe she would notice him and fall in love with him. And it also talks about the difficulty of writing. So, loving in truth and fain in verse my love to show. So I love her, and the truth is that I would really like to show my love by writing poetry. That she, dear she, so that that dear darling woman might take some pleasure of my pain. So with a bit of luck, the fact that it's causing me lots of problems to write this poetry, maybe she'll be pleased by the fact that I'm suffering. Pleasure might cause her read, so maybe the pleasure that she gets might make her read the poems. Reading might make her know, so reading the poems might make her know that he loves her. Knowledge might pity win, so knowing that he loves her might make her feel pity for him, and pity grace obtain, and then that pity, maybe she will pay attention to him. I sought to fit words to paint the blackest face of woe. So I was looking for words that were suitable to show how sad I am that she doesn't love me yet. So woe is sadness. And to paint the blackest face, this is a nice little metaphor, yeah? To paint sadness, to show sadness as deep and as terrible as possible. Studying inventions fine, her wits to entertain. So I've been studying other people's inventions. I've been thinking about ways and clever ways to entertain her with this poetry. Oft turning other leaves to see if thence would flow some fresh and fruitful showers upon my sunburned brain. So I've often read the leaves, the poetry of others, to see if from that, to see if thence would flow, from that place would flow some fresh and fruitful showers. A lovely metaphor again. It would rain with fresh, fruitful ideas. So fresh and he's reading other people's work to see if he can get some fresh ideas that will give him inspiration. Yeah? Upon my sunburned brain. So he's saying his brain is sunburned. His brain can't think. He can't find a way to do that, to write this poetry. And this is showing quite how difficult it is for him to write this poetry. But words came halting forth, wanting invention's stay. So halting is something that stops. It's not continuous. It stops and stops and stops. Yeah, it's intermittent. So he wasn't writing well. Wanting invention's stay. So the desiring the mercy, the stay, a stay of execution of invention. So he needed invention. He needed the persona of invention to pardon him and let him be inventive. Invention, nature's child, fled stepdame studies blows. So he's been studying. Yeah, he's been studying all sorts of different things. And invention, the child of nature, ran away from stepdame. So stepdame, stepfather, stepmother. Yeah, normally the evil stepmother. Yeah, so invention has run away from the aggressive attacks of study, the aggressive punishment of study. So he's being punished for studying all sorts of things and all sorts of other people's work. Yeah, and like that, invention, which is the child of nature, which is something that just comes automatically, he doesn't have it, and that's why. And others' feet still seemed but strangers in my way. So here, this is another lovely metaphor. The feet of other people, so the work of other people, are tripping him up. They are problems in his way. These are problems to his being inventive and finding a wonderful way to write this sonnet. Thus great with child to speak and helpless in my throes. So I feel like a child. I feel that my poetry is childish. And I'm helpless in my throes, in my writhing, throes of agony. It's where you're twisting and turning and in pain. Yeah, and I'm helpless. I feel like a helpless child. Biting my truant pen. So a truant is somebody who doesn't go to school. So his pen, he's saying that his pen has not gone to school. But again, this is another metaphor. His pen won't write invention and inventive poems. Beating myself for spite. So he's beating himself because he can't find the right inventive words. And then the twist. Fool, said my muse to me, look in thy heart and write. And then his muse, his invention, his artistic spirit comes to him and says, you're an idiot. Just look at what's inside you and write. And then you will write something beautiful. So, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Sonnet 1 by Sir Philip Sidney.